Even if he punched you out, the bumper sticker did not cause that. The bigotry of the moron sitting next to you caused that. The fact that he believed and accepted this religious opinion is what caused the problem, not the bumper sticker. The bumper sticker is free expression.
To him, it was a fact, not a fact.
I don't care if it was a fact to him.
It doesn't matter what you believe. It only matters what he believed. And
No, it doesn't matter what we or he believed, because there is an actual legal difference between fact and opinion.
Well,
and if you're going to bring a lawsuit, then nobody is going to care what some guy in your cab thought was a fact or opinion. It's only going to matter what the judge thinks.
8 years ago, when I was living in Ontario, California...
Does this have anything to do with the bumper sticker?
Yes.
Okay.
8 years ago, when I was in Southern California, I made certain actions threatening a city with a lawsuit for their nativity scenes.
And you won, and you should have won. And I would have supported you on that 100%.
True.
What's that have to do with the bumper sticker?
Because to them, in the city, it wasn't an opinion, it was fact.
I don't care. You seem to just not understand this. It doesn't matter that you can point to somebody who sincerely believes something and considers it a fact. That is completely irrelevant to whether or not they are, in fact, to the outside observer, expressing a religious opinion, which is also completely separate from whether or not you, being offended by their opinion, have any justification for suing. I don't know how else to explain this.
Well, you're wrong.
Well,
the only reason I sent you the quote by Dave Kong is because he wasn't just another atheist or just another member of American Atheists. He was the head of the California Atheists.
Look up argument from authority. I don't care if he was the head of California Atheists, a random member, God himself. Opinions are only valid as long as they stand up. It doesn't matter to me if Dawkins, Dennett, Harris, Hitchens, you, the head of American Atheists, Ellen Johnson, the board of directors, all come down and say, you're wrong. I respond to evidence, not na-na-na boo-boo. They think it's real. What you did was sue for something for which you have no grounds to sue. You used a bullying tactic to try and censor somebody's free expression. And in doing so, you risk making the rest of us look like humorless, litigious people who get so upset because somebody called us a fool. I, for one, take pride in being called a fool by the foolish. And while you quickly called me an asshole in email, I take pride in being called an asshole by somebody who actually is an asshole. And if you're willing to trample over the Constitution in order to stifle other people's opinions because you find them personally offensive or troubling, you're an asshole.
So? That doesn't change. No matter what you think, it doesn't change what is. And what is that bumper sticker is libelous.
Is what?
It's slander.
No, it's not. Slander and libel have to be directed at a specific individual or some type of suable authority. There is no atheist thing that could sue.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. And yes.
Nuh-uh. I think that's where this conversation is going.
Yeah. So you wrote, and I want to get this over with. You wrote because you wanted a challenge. Here's your challenge. I'll write a letter to Ray and Kirk and send you a copy of it if I get letters from your readers and listeners telling me that it was a bad thing that the bumper sticker was removed. First of all, I'm not saying it was a bad thing that the bumper sticker removed. Actually, I will. My objection was to the fact that you threatened to sue in order to do it. I'm a little disappointed that the bumper sticker's been removed because now I'm going to have to go out and make one of my own and put it on my own car because I'm happy to put on my car something that some religious nut thinks that I'm a fool because it doesn't matter.
He's not the only one.
What?
He's not the only one who thinks that.
I didn't say any one. I said some. Do you comprehend English?
Most of them.
Okay. If all of them think I'm a fool, I'm still proud of it because the reason they think I'm a fool is because they have decided to take as true the words in an ancient book written by a bunch of people who didn't know anything about anything. They believe it was written by their God, so they think it's true. That, to me, is smacks of so much irony that these people who have committed the ultimate act of foolishness feel that they call me a fool, that I can actually laugh about it. I suffer no ill will at the hands of that, or no ill effects at the hands of that bumper sticker. But what you want is you want listeners, number one, to write to tell you that it was a bad thing that the bumper sticker was removed, that they don't mind being called fools on bumper stickers. I don't mind. And that they don't mind that it causes believers to refuse to vote for them. The bumper sticker does not cause people not to vote for them. This is a bigger religious bigotry issue that the bumper sticker is only a finite little part of. Nobody, well, okay, maybe somebody, almost nobody has ever looked at that bumper sticker and said, hey, that's kind of funny, and you know what? I think I'm not going to vote for atheists now, because clearly they're immoral and untrustworthy. If you extrapolate like this, what frickin' fantasy world are you living in?
Nobody thinks it's funny.
I do. So clearly you are frickin' wrong.
If you think it's funny, you're a fool.
Well, we've already established that you are, but, or at least in
No, we haven't established anything like that.
Yes, we have. We've established that, in my opinion, you're a fool.
And it's a foolish
opinion of yours. And I think it's a fact.
And Russell thinks it's a fact.
Doesn't matter.
So we're going to get a bumper sticker that says, Matt thinks Patrick Green is a fool, and Russell thinks this is a fact.
Go ahead.
Is that something that you'd sue over?
How about this? I want you to make it, put it on your bumper, and send me a picture.
Oh, the veiled threat.
No, it's
You're
not
the
veiled.
most conniving guy I've ever heard of. Woo! So anyway,
why did you do it?
Do you have an email address that you would? Because see, the thing is, I don't know what.
Let me give you my email address.
Hang on, just a second. I don't know what the opinions of our listeners are. There's other people in line. I'm sure we'll hear some today.
I want believers and non-believers, guys.
Well, then you called the wrong show, because we don't actually get a ton of believers. But in any case, I don't know what the opinions of the listeners are. But
I'll give you my email address.
Oh my God, would you let me talk?
You talk a lot.
I know, it's my show. You want me to hang up before you give the email address?
Okay.
The point that I'm getting to is that we're going to go ahead and let you give out the email address. And anybody who watches this show, listens to it, whether you're in the Austin area, around the world, whatever, regardless of what your opinion is, because I'm not here to stifle opinions, if you think it was a good idea to threaten to sue in order to remove a bumper sticker, let him know. If you think it was a bad idea, let him know that too. Just make sure that when you send the email, send it to the email address that I'm going to let him give, and we can maybe post it up on a graphic if the guys have time. And also copy tv@atheist-community.org, just so that we can get a kind of a clear frame of reference. So now, Patrick, you can give out your email address.
Okay. It's Pee-wee, like P-E-E-W-E, I like to call it short person Pee-wee.
Sure.
And underscore 91762 @yahoo.com. I made it that because Pee-wee was my nickname in the Air Force.
Did you sue anybody?
It was a very loving and very affectionate way of addressing me. My sergeant gave it to me back in '68. I was walking up to him in the warehouse, and he said, "God, you're a Pee-wee, aren't you?" And I took it as a very big, affectionate compliment.
Oh, so he basically found a cute way to call you short, so you took it as affectionate. And when somebody else called you a fool, rather than just laughing and shrugging it off, you get pissed off and threaten to sue.
He was joking.
I'm sorry, was that P-E-W-E with one E each time?
Two E's.
Is it right on the screen?
P-E-E-W-E-E.
Okay, got it.
Pee-wee is two E's before, in the middle, and two E's after. Pee-wee.
It is on the screen, and everybody please remember that he asked for this, and we did not.
Yeah,
and
I did not send rabid listeners out to harass him.
So that's Pee-wee underscore 91762 @yahoo.com.
So lastly, right before I let you go, there was one last...
And I will answer every single email that's sent.
Oh, I have no doubt, because clearly you've got like a persecution complex and no life. But there was one last attack in the email that you sent me, where you said that I'm clearly ashamed of being an atheist. You're right. I am ashamed of being an atheist. That's why I'm president of the ACA. That's why I come on and do this TV show every week. That's why I do the nonprofits all the time.
Oh, I had a show myself. I had a TV show myself that I produced and hosted for 2 years.
Okay, well, I got you beat there, too. Are we going to measure penises for the rest of the time?
You mean this show is obscene?
It is as long as you're on, which is over now. So, that was Patrick. Please email him, let him know. And if you disagree and you think we were wrong at all, I'd love to hear that too. I got kind of riled up over this because, like I said, the First Amendment is one of the few things that I would consider to be almost sacred. As a matter of fact, I don't really think I have a problem using that kind of word for it. It's one of the things that I revere the most. And this bullying tactic of, I'm going to sue you unless you take down this thing that I find offensive, I find offensive. I think it's foolish. But if you disagree, and that goes for, I don't care if you're the president of, especially if you're the president of some atheist organization, and I've got it all wrong, and Russell's got it all wrong, and I don't know, did anybody here disagree? No, but, let us know.
And if you did, do you want to make something of it?
Yeah.